Hey guys, it's Mr. Dunlop back here with your week 2 emergency learning explanation. I'm going to talk you through the document. It looks very similar to last week's procedure. We've had, and it's Friday, about middle of the day of week 1 right now when I'm recording this. We've had about 400 kids in the 8th grade already turn in the stuff. If you still haven't turned in your week 1 stuff, you're welcome to turn that in, ask any questions, anything like that. Our goal is to help you guys. But I think procedurally this worked out pretty well, so the teachers decided to keep a similar procedure. So in the folder back on Schoology, you found the link to this video. So I'm not going to click through that again because you already clicked this. You're going to find the office hours discussion board, but you can email your teacher at any time with questions. You can send them a Schoology message. And you're also going to find the hyperdoc again for this week that has the different options for assignments. It has all the notes, everything like that. So the first thing this week is organizational patterns. Your learning target is you can identify and apply organizational patterns to a text. So identify means you know something, apply means you can do the thing. And what organizational patterns are, those are the different ways that a text can be arranged. You're going to recognize a lot of these terms already, like chronological order is time based. First, I woke up in the morning, then I drove to Taco Bell, then I got breakfast, next I came back home, then I went and got lunch or whatever, like just that. Also from Taco Bell on the lunch. Cause and effect would be because I ate 12 tacos at Taco Bell, I'm full. The effect of eating the tacos is that they cause you to get full. So you know what cause and effect are, you know all that stuff. There's one called problem solution as a term you may not have seen before. It's similar to cause and effect, but basically it's you're presented with a problem, then you solve it. It's like, I'm very hungry, so therefore I'm going to Taco Bell. Whatever. All right. But there's a good notes about that there's a good video about it in the engage section. It's kind of fun. It's from this website called Flowcabulary. It's from their YouTube channel. They make songs about educational concepts that I actually like. At first, I'm like, this is kind of corny, and then I'm like, oh, but it slaps though. I don't know if we still say slaps. I don't hang around middle school kids anymore, unfortunately, on a daily basis. But so my lingo is not as hip as it used to be. All right. So then the explore section, all right, let's explore the different types of patterns with a play posit. All a play posit is, if you haven't done it, is it's a video where you can take notes in it as you go. It is good. I don't even know what else to tell you. Like, just jot some notes down as you go. You can take notes in the app. You can write them yourself. It very clearly explains the different types of text organizational patterns. All right, cool. So here's the meat and potato, or sorry, there's one more. All right, I forgot, and this is the one I made. In the explain section, basically now that you've taken notes on the organizational patterns, this is kind of the part that would look like what real class looks like with a teacher almost. So in the explain section, you're going to open up a video that I made that's also a YouTube video. It's shorter than this one, where we go through some examples of text. I'll read them and you jot down what you think it is organization pattern wise, and then I'll say like, hey, pause the video now, and then you'll pause it, and then I'll tell you the right answer and we'll talk about it. Just like you would do it in real class, like a non-evaluative thing where you try your best to learn it and I'll try my best to explain it, and then you shoot your teacher an email if you have questions. All right, so in the apply section, just like last week, it says click here to make a copy of the Google Doc with the actual assignment that you're going to turn in for the week. And my computer personally right here is going slow today. That's why I didn't click and open every single link and just kind of explained it. But this one I did want to actually open it. All right, so it says, would you like to make a copy of the PAMS English 8 Week 2 EL assignment? You open it up, and this is now your copy of the document. And in this document, you're going to complete an assignment that, just like last week, answers the questions and concepts listed back in the hyperdoc. So back over here in the hyperdoc, if I can get to click and open, are these same instructions. But we wanted to put it in a Google Doc where it's really easy peasy for you guys to open it. All right, so it says you will use this doc to complete the assignment. And you just gotta trust me, it's the same things as the HyperDoc because my computer doesn't want to open the HyperDoc right now. All right, you will use this doc to complete the assignment. Make sure to do all 3 steps. You write a paragraph, you identify that organizational pattern, and you answer reflection questions. When you have finished the steps, you're going to click share. But let's go through what the steps are first. You see they're very clearly outlined in blue text. All right, so step 1, you write a paragraph. Here's your instructions. You choose one of the 5 organizational patterns that we've learned, and you create a paragraph using the topic you're interested in. All right. So a topic you're interested in. So you can write a paragraph about science. You can write a paragraph about social studies. I don't know. You can write a paragraph about an academic subject. You can choose anything you want, including the world around you. I don't care. Like if you wrote a good paragraph that's in the vein of my Taco Bell examples, it's fine as long as you deliberately choose an organizational pattern and you write in a way that shows, like we talked about back in the learning target, that you can apply that knowledge of organizational patterns, then like we're cool. All right, make sure your writing style and word choices fit the organizational pattern you choose. So writing style, some of y'all know that if you're writing real sciencey content, you want to write it in as sciencey of a word choice as you can. All right, so it's different, right? Depending on what you're writing. So, for example, every morning I get up around 6:30. First, I look for the 8-week-old puppy who will need to go out. Next, I brew the coffee in order to wake up. I then wake up the kids. Finally, you can tell this was written by an adult. At 9 a.m., we sit around the dining table. I can't talk today. The dining room table and begin our schoolwork. So, you can tell this is a in order, time-wise account of that person's day. And because it's specifically time-based, it's chronological. So right here, it says start your paragraph below this blue text, but above the dotted line, then move to the next step. If you want to really go crazy and write more than one paragraph, that's fine. Most of my kids' expectation now is like an 8 to 10 sentence big kids paragraph, but do what you got to do to convey one specific organizational pattern. All right, then in step 2, a quick check-in question. It just says, what organizational pattern did you use when you wrote your paragraph? So your teacher should be able to tell already, but then we want to make sure you can correctly answer. Because if you write something that appears to just be explaining stuff in order, like a sequence, but then you say it's a cause and effect, we're going to go like, I wonder why that was a cause and effect. And that might be part of our feedback, is getting you to just sort of justify yourself, and then maybe we can help you clarify your understanding. Or maybe you were right the whole time. Y'all are people and we're people. All right. So step 3, reflection. This is where, kind of like last week, we look at the big ideas about organizational patterns and we make sure we've come to an understanding with them. So question 1, why is it important for a writer to know and understand organizational patterns? Number 2, why is it important for a reader to know and understand organizational patterns? Notice there's only one word that's different in those questions, but it's an important distinction. So why is it important for you to know organizational patterns when you're the one creating? And then why, when you're reading somebody else's text, is it important for you to know? All right, so then once you create that, just like last week, you're going to go up to share, and you're going to make sure in your options, when you click get shareable link, you want to say anyone at Virginia Beach City Public Schools can edit the link. I had some people in my class that I had to hit them back this week, and it wasn't a big deal because they had done the work, where I couldn't open their link, and I was a little confused as to what could have gone wrong. But sometimes things just go wrong with computers, but just make sure you do it like that, and then you'll be good to go. All right, and then when you go back to the HyperDoc, then when you go here, so the apply section and the reflect section were both in the same document that we just did. So I'm even going to highlight where it says in the same doc. So we try to be nice and include our reflection in the same document because I don't know why separate into 2 documents. It seems easier for you and easier for us. And then right here it says click here to submit your work by pasting in an editable link. So just the type of link that I showed you to do, where you go up to share and you make sure anyone at Virginia Beach City Public Schools can edit your link. And then you go into this Google form. You choose your teacher's name. You choose your block. You write your first name. You write your last name. And then you paste in that link that we just copied. So link I just copied, and then you click submit. I'm not going to click submit right now because it'll add another fake person to the spreadsheet. I already made sure that this is the week 2 one, and it will work. And I haven't heard from anybody in my class that said the form didn't work. It's just like normal tech questions, ask your teacher, but I believe the form worked in week 1, and it's pretty easy for us to access, so we're going to roll with it again. All right, and then the extension opportunities. So this is where if you, and I challenge a lot of you to do this, is to just go above and beyond and really make sure like you're good to go on this concept. So extension opportunity number 1 is called a transition sort. This is cool. This is actually one of my favorite things I've run into this week about organizational patterns. And it doesn't require a lot of like writing intensive, but it's just sort of a knowledge test. If I can get it to open, then I'll show it to you. If not, you can just kind of take my word for it that it's cool. Where what you do is you're going to have a bunch of transition phrases and words that you can drag and drop into a category. So just to give you an example, like for cause and effect, if the transition said as a result, comma, then you might go, okay, so an effect is the result of a cause. And it's cool. You just gotta trust me. It's not that hard either. So if you do that and you go through and you do the organizational pattern transition sort, then just roll into it. Okay, there we go. It says, would you like to make a copy of organizational patterns sort for students? You make your own copy. That way everybody's not editing the same copy all willy-nilly. And then, okay, cool. So now you can trust me that was correct. All right. So, and you'll even see here we group chronological and sequential into the same category because the difference in chronological and sequence is the time element, but you can use the same transitions, if that makes sense. And I explain that a little more in my video I made. There's notes to explain it. There's also another extension activity in the HyperDoc where you create a visual. If you choose to do either extension activity, just share them with your teacher. If you choose to do extension activity number 2 on paper, you can take a picture of it and send it to your teacher, either via Schoology message, share in Google Drive, or email. And just if you share it in Google Drive, also shoot your teacher a human email saying, hey, Mr. Dunlow, I shared a thing with you in Drive, just so we make sure we can check it out. But that's pretty much it for week 2. If you have questions, hit up your teachers about anything. We hope to hear from you guys, and we hope y'all keep doing your thing and being responsible students. We hope everybody's staying safe and doing well. If you have questions, hit us up. All right, bye.